We all need to find a way of effectively managing our time. There are always things that need doing, but in order to ensure teams work efficiently, these tasks need to be dealt with efficiently. The time management matrix will help you identify what you really spend your time on. It's a particularly useful tool if you want to know how to prioritize work, personal roles, goals, and commitments. Made popular by the late Stephen R. Covey, it's based on the idea that all your time is spent in a 4-quadrant matrix. You can't change the size of this matrix. That's the time you have. But you can significantly alter the size of the 4 quadrants within the time matrix. The matrix is split into the following 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. This is the quadrant of necessities, reactive tasks that need to be done often at the last minute. Crises, firefighting, and looming deadlines are typical examples. Time spent in this quadrant can't be avoided, but it can be significantly reduced if you're prepared to spend more time in quadrant 2. Important, but not urgent. The quadrant of quality, proactive tasks, often habitual, that maintain or improve the quality of your work and life. So this is definitely the one to aim to spend more time in. In fact, the more you expand this quadrant, the more you reduce the other 3, particularly pseudo-emergencies that should never have been allowed to escalate. One useful way to evaluate what matters is explained in the pickle jar theory, and we'll look at this more closely in a moment. But examples include maintaining and building relationships, regular exercise, healthy eating, or learning new skills. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. The quadrant of deception. Plenty of people have gone home in the evening wondering where all the time went. Well, it was here. It's so easy to get sucked into doing things that are the wrong side of the 80-20 rule. Many meetings, popular activities, and easy tasks are probably a waste of your time, and some of the worst culprits are other people. So you need to be good at managing interruptions. Think carefully about how you deal with time-wasting activities. Quadrant 4, neither urgent or unimportant. This is the quadrant of waste. You know what it is, and you know when you've been in it, but the trick is to know when you're actually in it. Often an activity that starts out as a quadrant 2 activity can progress beyond a tipping point when you end up spending too long doing mindless things. Wasting time online and excessively long conversations are classic examples. The quadrant to focus on is quadrant 2. Quality. This way you stay on top of your priorities and avoid pushing activities into the quadrant of necessities. Beware moving into the quadrant of deception, for this accommodates urgent activities that aren't really important. Tackle immediately the quadrant of waste. This is where our time is lost on unimportant, non-urgent activities. So identify what steals or wastes your time or your not to-do list.